the question is often not what to build, but where to build. The future of the world lies in its urban environments. More than half the world's population live in cities, and that number is growing. This rapid influx of people creates possibility, but it also creates challenges. How can the cities of today grow and thrive to become the places we want to live in tomorrow? Creating sustainable, manageable human spaces in the world's ever-expanding cities is a challenge facing governments across the globe. And no one understands the complexity of this challenge better than the planners at Singapore's Housing and Development Board, the agency in charge of creating living spaces for about 80% of the resident households in one of the most densely populated cities.
I'm an architect by training, and I also have a master's degree in planning. So I'm an architect planner.
Since 2010, Dr. Cheong's vision and guidance has helped usher in a new era of smart public housing for the HDB, allowing the city she loves to grow and thrive despite significant challenges.
As an island city-state, we're only about half the size of metropolitan London. We have to house 5.7 million people. And we are, of course, very land and resource constrained. So that is the big challenge. But having said that, over the years, we have managed to develop Singapore in a pretty sustainable way, and we are one of the most livable cities in Asia.
Singapore is planning decades ahead. In such a land-scarce nation, the question is often not what to build, but where to build.
I'm very much an urban person. The city is close to my heart, and even more so having worked in detail on the plans over the last 20 over years. It was only maybe 10, 15 years ago that we actively started development of the area.
Andrew was part of the team that drew up the plan for Marina Bay and translated it into reality.
The traditional central business district just comprises of office space, then is only used 9 to 5 days a week. So as we've planned Marina Bay, we've also looked to bring in complementary uses. So the idea is you create a mixed-use precinct that the activities carry on 24/7 and 7 days a week.
To make the round-the-clock Marina Bay model work, the URA needed infrastructure. In land-scarce Singapore, that meant going underground, using precision-designed layers of essential services, including water and electrical tunnels, pedestrian and commercial spaces, transportation infrastructure like highways and subways, and even telecommunication superhighways. These hidden underground systems have been designed to meet the needs of Singapore for the next 50 years. In Singapore, the government has thrown its support behind an advanced program to test the limits of drone capabilities in the world's rapidly expanding urban environments.
Yeah, we will release the drone.
Skyways is Airbus's project that is exploring this urban air delivery domain, or basically cargo delivery with drones project. The drone that we're using is actually fully customized or fully designed by our team here in Singapore.
To ensure maximum safety in the air, the drones have multiple aerospace-grade navigation systems, so that if one system malfunctions, it can rely on others to fly to its destination.
The packages that we can deliver by design today is up to 4 kilograms. What we understand is that 4 kilograms would cover perhaps about 80-85% of all the packages that or parcel deliveries that are done today.
Once the package has been delivered to its slot, the mailbox automatically sends a personalized code to the customer, so they can pick up the package 24/7.
And just like that, parcel comes back.
As urban populations rise, the world will face unprecedented challenges. How to house, transport, and most importantly, feed its people. In the future, as rural populations decrease, ensuring food stability will be key. In land-scarce Singapore, it's a challenge that is already being confronted.
Right now, 93% of produce is imported into Singapore, and that's because there just simply isn't enough land to do farming practices.
Benjamin Swan came to Singapore as an engineer on the Marina Bay Sands project. But having fallen in love with the city, he recognized a challenge and an opportunity to help the nation towards its goal of food sustainability. Ben is developing a new way to grow food, not just in Singapore, but in any urban environment.
Sustainera is a controlled environment agriculture farm. We effectively replicate what's happening outside in nature to grow impossible products in impossible places.
Singapore is a trailblazer in this technology, having opened the world's first commercial vertical farm in 2012. Now Sustainera, through their patented processes, are able to grow produce indoors, without sunlight and without soil.
What we actually have done is we've come up with our own system here to introduce the seeds directly into the foam cube. So what that does is ensures that we have 100% germination success. This room has been specially designed to take the plant from its initial germination through to a mature state where we can introduce it into the main grow rooms.
These large-scale growing rooms are astonishing feats of agricultural technology. The precision calibration of the growing environment allows these new age farmers to optimize cultivation at every stage in the plant's growth.
We control the air temperature, the humidity, the light durations, the light wavelength. We control the dissolved oxygen in the water as well as the carbon dioxide saturation in the air.
In these closely monitored growing rooms, Sustainera is creating food history.
First ever Singaporean grown strawberries. We're actually growing 3 varieties in this room. What we've learned through controlled environment agriculture, we can actually emphasize certain characteristics of the plant. So without using GMO, we can make our kale softer. We can actually make it sweet. A lot of the Singaporeans don't like their products to be bitter. So we took it into our R&D lab, and what we found was by manipulating the air temperature and humidity and also the wavelength of light and the growth cycles, we were able to create this great product that we're growing today.
In tomorrow's super-connected smart cities, every aspect of our lives could be affected by the constantly changing world of digital technology. Preparing the next generation for this future is top of mind for most educators of today. In Singapore, that preparation starts early. Using tech tools to teach children the building blocks of a digital mindset, including the most basic skill needed for coding, sequential learning.
Sequential learning, it seems easy for us adults, but it's actually not easy for them at all to know who comes first and who comes next.
All right, children, we're going to go over there, and then we're going to find your dry leaves, and then we're going to put them in your basket. All right, let's go.
I feel that there's a lot of skills that they can gain from having the tech toys as well. They are learning problem-solving skills, communication skills, language skills as well, and also they learn how to problem-solve sequential as well.
1, 2, 3, 4. We need to press 4 steps. Good job.
The Playmaker program, there are 3 tech toys. The B-board is something that is very friendly and very easy to operate because there's only a few buttons for the children to use. So for example, we have the forward, backward, turn left and turn right button.
Try to show us how you
Kibo, I would say it's a little bit high-end order thinking, whereby children will have to sequence the block first, put it in order, and they have to scan the barcode. So for Kibo, it won't function if they don't start with the begin block and end it with the end block. So during that time, children actually get to do a trial and error to see whether it works or not.
Miss, we need more tape.
These tech toys introduce children to advanced learning concepts. In doing so, they are arming future generations of Singaporeans with the skills necessary for computer programming and literacy, without exposing them to too much screen time. This dynamic new approach to education is of critical importance for parents, helping to prepare their children for the workplaces of the future.
So where do you want to go to now?
I've got 3 boys. They are 12, 11, and youngest is 4. Since I'm in the finance line, the current way to go is the fintech. The concern for how my kids are going to cope with the new change in their career force has always been there.
Definitely, I feel these tools will actually help children to prepare in the workforce in the future, because we are actually building the foundation. For example, the foundation of language, the foundation of problem solving, the foundation of communicating with people.
Tech literacy is not just a challenge for newer generations. As populations around the world age, the need to become digitally literate cuts across all age brackets. Singapore is tackling this problem head-on, with proactive efforts to provide tech education to all of its citizens, ensuring none are left offline.
现在科技发达，好像我们老一辈的老年人了，心理上觉得说赶不上。3年前我儿子给我这个智能手机，我基本上不会用，就是打电话而已。
Mr. Tan's journey to digital fluency came at a clinic held by Singapore's Info Communications Media Development Authority.
能够从这个 WhatsApp 的简讯可以转到这个国外啊，或者是这个微信里面，那微信也可以转回这个 WhatsApp 这里。我也可以打电话去国外跟朋友聊天。你好，爷爷奶奶。50年前，我要跟我国外亲友 沟通的话，唯一就是写信。打电话嘛，又费用太贵。那时候信的来往最少都要1个礼拜10天这样，很慢，消息很慢。那么现在有了智能手机，1分钟就跟国外联系上了，啊，又可以讲得很长，讲得很清楚，甚至可以看到对方，太好了，智能手机太好了。
Singapore's focus on training all of its citizens for the future is nurturing a highly educated, versatile and connected population. Connectivity and community will shape the world of tomorrow. And in Singapore, that sense of community is already revealing itself in new and surprising ways.